high enough to get some dirt hauled in, kind of roughly knocking it down, and then we'll get the finishing touches on it whenever concrete guys get here. They can do what they need to with it. But I won't knock it down till lunch, and then I gotta go to work. Load number 4 is in. He's out the gate. So as you can see, I just kept building up the pad slowly and surely. It took 14 dump truck loads of dirt to build this pad where we wanted it, but it sure turned out nice. Okay, y'all, so they showed up today. They're gonna start forming up the shop and everything. So we're gonna just leave it here and y'all can see what these guys are doing, how they're forming it up and everything. They already built their batter boards, which is what they put on the corners. So that's basically, they drive those stakes in the ground and put these things on the corner so that they can pull straight lines. They can put their string lines in there. So what they're doing is trying to square the shop up right now. So they'll get their diagonal measurements on each side, and then they'll drive a stake right at the corner of where the corners of the shop go. So that's what they're doing right now. You can see they've already pulled their string lines. So they put them boards in the ground. They're called batter boards. And so that they can move those strings if they need to. They'll drive nails in those boards so that they can move those strings. And they'll put them string lines up and get their forms exactly square. They pull their diagonal tape across there. He's tying that end off. So he'll put that on the batter board and he can pull this end straight tight. So they got their tight. Now see. So they'll do both diagonals both ways. And that's to get right there in that corner perfectly squared. So we got other chores to do. We're gonna leave this here and y'all can see what they're doing. Okay, everybody, this is what the final product was. You can see they put their moisture barrier down. They've got their footers dug. You can see inside the footers they've got the stirrups of rebar, and they've got their rebar laid all the way across the slab, all tied together. And we've also got our rough-in plumbing for the shower and the toilet in the shop. So that's it. All right, y'all, so this is it. That's the 30 by 40 shop slab. Y'all please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.